We have not seen violence or vandalism against Supreme Court justices. We have seen it at Catholic churches. That's unacceptable. The president does not support that. We have seen it at some conservative organizations. That we don't support that. And we certainly call for, we know the passion, we understand the passion, we understand the concern. But what the president's position is that that should be peaceful.
The White House on the protests at the homes of Supreme Court justices over the leaked Roe v. Wade draft decision. Watch here. This was the scene outside Justice Alito's house last night. Around 100 demonstrators. He's at least the third justice targeted. The Senate has voted to expand security for justices' families. So let's bring in former Trump senior advisor Kellyanne Conway and former Clinton pollster and advisor Mark Penn. Mark, Jen Psaki came to that on Monday. You know, she made those comments. But they didn't come on the Saturday when all of this was happening. And I think that there is some concern from the judicial branch, at least, and those who are looking at this saying this is not a good trend. And it's not the first time we've seen it. How do you look at it from a messaging standpoint from Democrats?
Well, I don't really think it's a very good messaging look. After all, as you know, Dana, the president lives with 3 or 4 layers of security, and you can't get within thousands of feet of the White House. And yet these Supreme Court justices live in suburban homes, easily accessible. And so they're really quite vulnerable. And so you would really want the president's, the executive branch, to come out quite strongly for protection of the Supreme Court justices, and even to put, you know, put in some distance around them and their safety. And you didn't see that from Jen Psaki. I thought her comments were weak, frankly.
If we could play call for number 2 for Kellyanne, please. This is just some reaction about justices and whether they need security. Watch here.
The justices have security. So far, all of the protests have seemed overwhelmingly nonviolent.
These protests and maybe this outcry gives Chief Justice Roberts some leverage.
Public outright continues to grow. If the justices don't like the First Amendment, they could just drive to another state where the legislature has determined that the constitutional right to privacy applies, right?
And Kellyanne, I want your opinion on that, but I also should point out that there is a federal law that says it is illegal to actually protest at the justices' homes. Now to you.
That's right. That's right. It's U.S. Code, Dana, and it's very clear that you can't incite violence or intimidate either at the court or in a residence or a building where a justice is, let alone their school-age children, which, of course, applies to several of these justices. Look, the polling should be clear on this. 100% of Americans and Democrats in positions of power should say no incitement, no intimidation. And that's what's happening here. They are not protesting an actual Supreme Court decision. They're trying to sway it and change it based on last week's leak. And it really is a very chilling moment for us. America was founded on dissent and disagreement, and we should cherish that as Americans. Thomas Jefferson said, opinion is power. We all believe that. But this is next level. And as usual, this White House wants us all to believe what they say, not what we see. So I appreciate Mark, as a very powerful Democrat who has sway over people in his party, coming out strongly on this program today and elsewhere saying, call off the dogs. You can't do this outside of justices' homes. And look, 17%, according to the Marist poll, 17% of Americans say they believe abortion anytime, anyone, anywhere with no restrictions. That's about 100% of the Democratic Party now in terms of the federally elected officials. And I think every Democrat running for office this fall should be asked the question, when does life begin? Is there an abortion you think is not a good idea? Are you for eighth month abortion, taxpayer-funded abortion, fetal pain abortion? They're the extremists on this, and now they're taking those extreme views right to the doorsteps of our Supreme Court justices. Unacceptable.
One of the things, Mark, that everybody looks at is the congressional generic ballot. This is this question that is asked, if the election were held tomorrow, would you want a Republican or a Democrat to be elected? And here's the numbers. We have extremely and very enthusiastic about Republicans and lean Republicans, 52%, lean Democrat, 40%. As I understand it, that's quite a historically big number. And when you add this other topic into it, do you think that this changes at all as we head into the midterms in just a couple of months?
Yeah, look, I do think when you look at that particular poll, it was done right after I think the decision was leaked, and you're not seeing any real impact. But when you look at the internals, this issue and its elevation of an issue does favor Democrats. I think you will see something more of an evening of the turnout enthusiasm. And I think that while the economy is the #1 issue, this becomes a serious issue. We don't have the actual decision yet, so we don't yet know how this is going to fully play out. But I would say it definitely favors the Democratic turnout.
Kellyanne, a quick word from you on that, and we'll end it.
I think the base on both sides is energized by this issue and by this leak, Dana, there's no question. But the other issues that Americans care about, crime, border security, inflation, those are not going to be washed away. They're horrified by what they see going on in Ukraine. Those will not be washed away. We are not single-issue thinkers or voters in this country. We put a lot into our voter cauldron and make our choices. This will energize both sides.
Great to have you both. Thank you so much today, and we'll see you again soon, I hope.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.